easy fighting and killing. Even till the last 50 years, but wars were a very common feature. The guru is the force which will give you that satisfaction. And a guru, let me tell you, first I can complete myself. A guru is not somebody who you go and give something to. You get from a guru. A guru might not be wearing a shirt, but the guru has the capacity to give you maybe 1 million shirts.
No, but are you trying to say that India is free of violence, is free of poverty, free of exploitation? We see such a lot of it around. You may not have seen a revolution of the kind you saw in Russia or China or France, but to use V.S. Naipaul's famous, the title of his book, there are a million mutinies now. You are seeing such a lot of violence, such a lot of intolerance, such a lot of hatred all around you. So, what are we to be proud of in this country?
We are to be proud of our heritage. We are to be proud of the guru. We are to be proud of the thousands of years of peace and beauty and of art and etc. in this country. The literature, the poetry, the scientific findings, they have till now not been matched by any country in the world. The beauty has not been matched by any country in the world. Today, the problems are why. Yes, they are there, accept that. Why? Do we have a guru today? I just used one simple word, a guru. Do we have, can you call anyone on today's date a guru? Till Ramakrishna was there.
You can argue on this.
But now, do we have a guru?
The question is, can you have a guru for 1.1 billion people? And this 1.1 billion people, I'll bring you to another question. The government of India, Dr. Manmohan Singh, our Prime Minister, says Naxalism, Maoism is the biggest threat, internal security threat to this country. 1/3 of this country, we find the activities of Maoists. What are they opposing? The gap between the rich and the poor has widened. There is violence.
Haven't you noticed one thing? Ramakrishna used to sit without a shirt. He used to walk.
So did Mahatma Gandhi.
Used to walk. I'm talking about yoga gurus. I'm not talking about people who have shaped politically this country. I'm talking about people who are yoga gurus. Raman Maharishi used to walk barefoot. But now if you will see, I'm coming to the problem if you have to understand why this is happening. Now, the so-called yoga gurus, you'll find them having a fleet of cars. Find them living in palaces.
Actually aircraft.
Okay, we can better that. They are just busy making more and more and more of Maya. The problem lies there. Gita says, Adarsh Purush. Everybody is going to follow the Adarsh Purush. You're going to follow the pinnacle of society. You have to follow the person who is walking on the right path. Who is the Adarsh Purush in this date?
You tell me. Are you yoga guru? 1 minute.
If you talk about yoga, a yoga guru, because yoga says what? Like I said, yam, niyam. Yam is what? Satya, aste, aparigraha, ahimsa, brahmacharya. Satya, truthfulness. Non-covetousness, non-collection.
1 moment. You are saying India today does not have a spiritual guru of the stature of Ramakrishna Paramhansa or Swami Vivekananda or Sri Aurobindo Ghosh or whoever. But many could argue that actually there are hundreds of these gurus. They are not in the limelight. Their pictures don't appear in newspapers or television. But in their own way, they're doing a lot for humankind. And they are in different walks of life. They're from the world of politics, education, science, you name it. Maybe there are a million gurus in this country of over 1,000 million people. So there may be one guru for every 1,000 Indians. I'm just arguing with you.
It is because of these people whom you're mentioning, the world is still existing. If they were not there, the world would cease to exist. But at the moment the discussion is a yoga guru. Because we take yoga as the ultimate science. There is nothing over yoga. Yoga is the foremost and the most supreme science. Because it controls not just what you see in the physical, but even that, what you can think of. You can go to the furthest corner of the universe. You can go on thinking about that. Yoga controls from this to that. That's the journey of the spirit.
That's your opinion. What if I argue?
That's what yoga says, not my opinion.
Okay, what if I say, that your guru, that your mission on this planet, from the time you were born to the time you were dying, is to actually help others. But there are many others who would argue that the only way you can help others is to help yourself. You can call it capitalism, you can call it socialism, you can call it communism. What are your views?
You definitely should help yourself. Why not? You are born in the body. For what reason? We believe in yoga. You are born because you need to experience. Experience all the beauty of life. Do as much. Do whatever you want to do. But every major religion talks about one thing. 10% of your income, 10% of your time, give it to those who are underprivileged. You do that and do whatever, earn whatever, enjoy whatever.
Is this going to change the world?
It's going to change the world in one
will
minute.
Charity change the world? Will philanthropy change the world? Chairman Mao Zedong of China, he said, you want to give a hungry man a piece of fish? That'll solve his hunger. Why don't you teach him how to fish? That way he won't be hungry for the rest of his life. So will charity change the world? Does it make people, the poor, the underprivileged, self-sufficient, so they don't have to depend, they don't have to beg for alms?
I'll take the angle of yoga only here. When the divine has given you something, the divine doesn't choose. Divine just gives. Like when you say Deva, Deva is something deta hai. It just gives. What you have received from the divine, you have no right to call it yours. What Mr. Mao Zedong said was, you give him, but you teach him it is better. Is it Mr. Mao Zedong's world? From where has he got all this from? Where has he got all this fish from? Who's given him? Somebody who didn't even know who has given him. So, where are we then? You should just give regardless, because divine has given you regardless.
Are people as generous as that? They give for the sake of giving?
All true yoga practitioners do that. It's a part of yoga.
But would you agree that the majority, the overwhelming majority of the people don't? But they give with some ulterior motive. Maybe it's their ego. Maybe they want fame. Maybe they want the other person to become like his or her servant or slave.
That is why the state of the world, you're absolutely right. That is why the world is like this. If they would just come to the path of yoga and do yoga as yoga is, as yoga was, the Ramakrishna, Sri Aurobindo, or Raman Maharishi, if they would just do yoga as yoga was, then they would not be doing all this. The world would be a very different place to live in. It would be a peaceful, beautiful place to be living.
Tell me something. You are saying that this world is not a beautiful or not a peaceful place to live in because we have forgotten these ideals?
Yes, when I use the word world, I mean the present physical world that we are at.
Okay.
I don't mean that in the state of an ashram. I mean a normal, physical, material, business-like world. When you say fire in the belly, that even you have to start a computer, you say boot it. That's the world I'm talking about.
Yogi Ashwini ji, I have more questions for you, but I need to take one more break in my discussion. I need to ask you many more questions about this whole disconnect between need and greed when we look at the world as a whole, planet Earth. So let me take a break and get back to you. The power of yoga. Can it change the world? Can it change human beings? Can it change individuals and the planet we live in? Stay with us. We'll be back with you in a short while from now. Welcome back to this discussion on the power of yoga. I have with me here in the studio of LokSabha Television, Yogi Ashwini of Dhyan Foundation. Yogi ji, this discussion that we were having about individual need, individual greed. If we succumb to greed, then we as individuals